For 11 years, they thought he was just a janitor who mopped the floor at NASA. They had no idea he was smarter than every scientist in the building. And one night, he solved $2 million problem they all have gave up on. At NASA, Johnson Space Center, there was a center named Robert. Every night at 6 p.m., when all the brilliant scientists went home, Robert came in and he never finished his high school. He never went to college. For 11 years, he just cleaned whiteboard, emptied trash and mopped the floor. For 8 months, one problem haunted the entire Prosperous team. Their new satellite Thrasher kept overheating and failing. They had spent over $2 million and were about to cancel the whole mission. One night, Robert was cleaning the lab where the failure trash sat on the table, and the note was on whiteboard said, "Heat problem unsolved." Robert was 62 years. He wasn't a scientist. He didn't have degree. He was a night Santa who mopped the floor everyone else went to. But for 8 months, while cleaning, he listened, he heard the frustration, he saw the charts, he watched the thrasher glowing red, hot, and fail on the monitor again and again. That night, the lab was empty and silent. Thrasher was sitting cold on the table. It was covered with a thin layer of gray dust from the desk. Except one spot right near the exhaust hole, there was a thin, perfect ring that had no dust at all. It was completely clean. Robert frozen. He took his cleaning cloth and wiped the entire trash cleaning. He thought it was strange, but he finished his shift and went home. The next evening, when everyone came home, the thrasher dust again and again, and that same small ring near the nozzle was spotless. The rest was grey. That's when it clicked him. He wasn't thinking like an engineer. He was thinking like a mechanic, which he was 30 years of living. He realized the thrasher wasn't creating too much heat. It was sucking its own hot exhaust back inside. That hot air blow back was cleaning that one ring and cooking the engine from the inside. With a shaking hand, he picked up the black marker from the whiteboard under the heat problem unsolved. He wrote a big letter. It is breathing, so it won't heat back in. And below it, he drew a simple sketch. Just a small curved metal lip, like a little shade over a nozzle to push the hot air away. And then he got scared. He thought he would get fired for writing on the board. So he left quietly. The next morning, the leader, scientist, Dr. Evans saw the drawing and was furious. Who touched my board? But then he stopped and looked closer to the boy. His anger turned into silent, then shocked. He ran to his team, "Get me a Santa now." And they tested the robber's idea and they built the trash with coiled cooling tube, and it worked perfectly. Didn't just solve the overheating. It made the trash 30% more efficient. A problem that 200 PhDs couldn't solve in 8 months was solved by a janitor with a marker. Did Elvin ask him, "Robert, how did you know this?" Robert said, "Sir, I may not have degree, but I have spent 11 years watching you all to solve impossible problem. I learned that sometimes the smarter answer is simplest one. You were looking for complex solution, formulas. I just look up at the pipe." And today, that column design is still used in NASA satellite. Robert is no longer a janitor. He's a senior technical in same department. So remember this, your degree does not decide your value. Your job title does not decide your intelligence. Never think you are too small to solve a big problem. Sometimes the person mopping the floor see the dirt that everyone else step over. You are not a janitor in your life. You are a solver you have been waiting for.